Where do we even begin with Angel Reese? Let's start with the obvious. She's putting up rebounds like nobody else in the league, but her Chicago Sky are sinking. The team sits at a miserable 9-30, and no amount of hustle changes that record. Fans are split. On one hand, they respect her grind, the double-doubles, the relentless boards. On the other, they're pointing to her missed free throw against Phoenix, the one that could have given Chicago a fighting chance, as proof she's not clutch when it matters. Angel had 15 points and 20 rebounds that night. Impressive on paper, but fans aren't celebrating when those numbers still end in a loss. Her sophomore season was supposed to be the leap forward, but instead it's turned into a nightmare. The organization looks like a mess, and Angel has become the face of both their hope and their dysfunction. Media outlets keep hyping her as a force, a rising star. Clips show her dominating in the paint, controlling the boards. But the full story isn't as glamorous. Missed layups, putbacks gone wrong, turnovers piling up. Teammates look frustrated. At times, they won't even feed her the ball. When veteran Elizabeth Williams called out turnovers and a presser, Angel sat right next to her, the not-so-subtle target of the comment. The locker room looks fractured. Reports of her slapping a clipboard out of an assistant coach's hand during a timeout only add fuel to the fire. That's not passion. That's open disrespect. Fans call her toxic. Supporters say the criticism is forced. But the evidence keeps stacking up. Her cryptic social posts haven't helped. Phrases like, making decisions for yourself is a liberating feeling, sound less like team commitment and more like someone mentally packing her bags. Insiders suggest she's looking for a way out. But what happens if she tries and the market doesn't want her? Her averages are solid, 14.6 points and 12.6 rebounds, but she's shooting under 45%. Her turnovers are climbing, and her team is barely better when she plays. Those aren't numbers that make general managers line up with trade offers. Angel's critics point to her past. She transferred in college when things got tough, and now, with Chicago imploding, it looks like the same playbook. Some label her the queen of quit. The injury drama hasn't helped either. A mysterious back problem kept her sidelined during crucial games, with no clear timeline for return. Convenient absence or legitimate setback. Fans aren't buying the excuses anymore. Even if Chicago grants her wish and trades her, where does she go? Contenders won't risk chemistry on a player who stirs locker room drama. Rebuilding teams don't want distractions either. The grass might look greener outside Chicago, but the reality could be harsher. Less media spotlight, more pressure to actually win. The front office isn't blind. General Manager Jeff Pagloka has already hinted at disappointment, saying her development hasn't matched expectations. Chicago gave up future draft picks to get her, and the return hasn't justified the cost. Compare her to Caitlin Clark, who faces equal pressure but elevates her team with professionalism and results. The gap in mentality is glaring. WNBA media tries to frame Angel's attitude as her best trait, celebrating her confidence and work ethic. But attitude doesn't win games. Her numbers, her impact, her leadership, or lack of it, tell the real story. Chicago's collapse isn't entirely her fault, but she's not pulling them out of the hole either. Champions lead through adversity. Angel looks like she's searching for an exit. If she stays, she has a chance to change the narrative, to prove she's more than rebounds and drama. If she leaves, she risks finding out her value isn't what she thought. Either way, her next move defines her career. Right now, the league is watching closely. They've already cast their judgment. Angel Reese isn't a franchise savior. She's a question mark with more baggage than wins. Want me to expand this into a 10 to 12-minute spoken word YouTube script with rehooks and cliffhanger beats so it flows better for your audience?